Hey, it says what? Thanks for stopping by my channel. Now, I haven't given this video a lot of thought, and it could end up being very
pathetic.
But I'm gonna give it a shot because it has a lot of meaning to me. One of my favorite authors is John Sanford. His website is johnsanford.org, and he has written a lot of books over the years. I've been reading his Lucas Davenport series since probably the early 90s, and I just picked up a book at the library, and it happened to be one of his books, and I was hooked, and I've read every book that he's written since then as they come out. But my favorites are the Lucas Davenport series, and his books, especially the Lucas Davenport ones, have really matured over the years. Not to take away anything from his first book in the series, but I would say some of the language in that book and some of his other earlier novels might be deemed offensive today. And I know it's easy for me to trivialize words that might be hurtful to others. And I've seen I don't know if enlightenment is too harsh of a word, but anyway, what recently happened is this past summer, after reading his latest book, I went back to the beginning and read them back to back to back to back. I went back to the first book and I reread the whole series, one after the other. I was fortunate that my library had ebooks. They had bundled like 5 books at a time, so I would just put all of them on hold and then I could read them one after the other in order. You know, when you're reading a book every year or every 2 years, you sometimes forget characters or plot points. But when you read them all as one huge novel, so to speak, you really can get a feel for the development of the characters, and really, I'll say that much overused word, the genius of the author. And it's been a real great experience being able to do that. And what I find fascinating about John Sanford as an author is not only has he created one character, Lucas Davenport, that is iconic, but he's created other characters that have their own series. He has, I think it's Jason Kidd is another series. He's only written 4 of those books, and that's a fascinating character. He also has one of Lucas Davenport's daughters, Letty. We've watched her grow up over the years, and now she's in her own books. She's an adult now and is, and there are books just about her. And then he also has a character, Virgil Flowers, who I want to go back and reread those because I don't like those as much as the Lucas Davenport novels, and I'm wondering if I reread those all back to back, if it will change my mind. But what a great mind to come up with not one, but 4 that I can name really fascinating characters. And what I like most about his novels, the plots are very interesting to me. They're police, not really police procedurals, but they're murder mysteries usually. Is the character, the way he portrays the characters is so true to life. He has a lot of humor, and you feel like especially Lucas Davenport, because that's the one that's most on my mind right now, based on rereading the entire series. I feel like I know Lucas, and I know how he'll react in certain circumstances that show up in the books. But what I like most about his writing, aside from the character development, is the humor and insights of life in Minnesota. All of his books pretty much take place in Minnesota or around those parts. Sometimes he's in Wisconsin or the Dakotas, but I read something in one of his books that really stuck with me. He was describing a Minnesota summer's day, and he said if every day in Minnesota was as perfect as that Minnesota summer day, no one would live anywhere else. And he just described it so beautifully. It really hit home to me, reminded me of a summer's day in Ohio. Those days are very fleeting, especially when I'm thinking about a day like today where the high is 18 degrees. I don't know why I felt compelled to share this with you. Maybe to encourage you, if you have a book series that you really love, reread those books, and maybe you'll get something else out of them that you didn't get the first time around. I'll leave a link to his website in the description. You can read more about the man himself, the author, and about the books that he's written, some of his other work. I hope you'll forgive me for, I hope that you will forgive me for blathering on, but if you're still watching, leave me a book emoji in the comments. That's pretty sneaky, I know. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.